See guys, you don't need to be a billionaire to be a superhero. I am sick and tired of superheroes these days setting this obscene, unattainable standard of wealth to become a superhero. I miss the good old days where Spider-Man stayed up all night designing his costume and heads out as Spider-Man for the first time, having clearly made something himself, and then inexplicably making something much more competent himself shortly after. These movies were the bread and butter of teenagers who would watch them and think, I could do that, I could be a hero. But no, now you have to be billionaire Batman or have Tony Stark rock up with some unfathomably advanced technology and pre-made suit. We're gonna hit the reset button and prove to Hollywood you don't have to be a billionaire to be Batman. And to make it interesting, we're gonna roll some dice to throw a little unpredictability into the mix. I'm gonna use a D6 to determine my budget. And then I'm gonna roll 2 D20s to determine 2 miscellaneous wildcard aspects. And of course, we have to start off with the most obvious silver spoon spoiled superhero, Batman. With a budget of $100 and the miscellaneous features of having met the real version of themselves, and he has a lot of access and is skilled at working with cardboard. Let's get started. So I'm going to start off by creating a bit of a mood board. We'll start off with this blank canvas of a man, and we're going to just copy paste in there some things that work within our budget. So he knows what Batman looks like, and he is in a world where he is not an orphan of billionaire parents, he's just an orphan, but he knows exactly what he's going for. And look, we've got to shop around. What can we get on Wish, Temu, eBay? Morph suit. That's what we want. Oh my God. I saw that leathery look. Maybe that's not stupid. Oh, that's a vibe. He's even got a mask. It's perfect. That's almost half our budget, but I mean, oh my God. Oh, there's a motion version of it. Whoa, look at it shine and glow and why? Okay, it's too shiny. We can get this this cloth one. Much more reasonable to begin with. We need to spend most of our budget on gadgets. Batarang, Batmobile, he'll catch a taxi. Grappling hook. Oh my God, that's so gadgety. And it looks sort of, look at that. That's Batman symbol. This is, all right, perfect. We've got $80 left. We've got our rope, which is only $4. Utility belt. Look at this. Oh, sick. Guys, being Batman is like way more attainable than I expected. There's solid options here. Brings us to 35. Cold steel boomerang. I mean, it's $33. That's a lot of the budget. We can work with that. Now, the great part is because I know we're so good with cardboard here, I actually don't need to do too much about the, the bat bits. You can just craft those together. For $5, we can get a hot glue gun and 30 hot glue sticks. And between that and black gaffer tape, which I'm gonna need a ton of, not only do we have the structural support, but we can keep that black aesthetic. How is tape the most expensive part of my costume? It's gonna be the thing that lets me turn cardboard into something that looks like Batman. Oh, but he does lots of punching. He needs fighting gloves. Sold. He needs shoes. How am I gonna make this work? Wait, eBay. Maybe someone has something terrible secondhand that I can get. They're all women's boots, but I don't think beggars can be shoes. What looks the most Batman-y? I think these do. Yes! $3! Thank you, eBay. These are proper. You can kick in the head with those. That brings our total to $99.68. And I think this is a pretty solid collection for our budget Batman who has free access to a lot of cardboard that he's good at working with. Let's get to work, Bruce. And putting together my budget Batman, I'm going to start off by sketching a pose that will allow me to bring all of the elements that I need to display onto my figure. I make sure to first implement the outfit pieces that we've purchased from our budget website, such as our combat gloves, utility belt, boomerang, and boots. But our crafty Batman has the capacity to build quite a bit of his costume entirely on his own, using gaffer tape and cardboard, and of course piecing some things together with hot glue. Our budget Batman's cape is connected to a shoulder piece, and then sort of like a mistborn cloak has tendrils of gaffer tape that is taped to itself, so it's black on both sides and hangs down in waving ribbons. The Bruce Wayne in my universe maybe began in exactly the same circumstances you're familiar with, but after his parents died, he was put up for adoption. Maybe there was no butler to look after him, and maybe due to greedy people or clerical errors, he never got his fortune. So he was just a poor orphan growing up with a similar bat trauma experience in his childhood, and somehow a breach in the multiverse that meant he, at one point, met the real Batman. And knowing this would be his destiny, but having pretty much no resources except for $100 he could spend in online shopping and a very skillful knack with cardboard, I'm really happy with how my budget Batman has come together. This is so absurd and silly, but I love it so much. And it goes to show, sometimes having a budget doesn't even mean the result's worse. It's better. This is better than the Batman you know. Billionaire, schmillionaire. Bet you're jealous of my shirt too. And in fact, I improvised this shirt at the start of this video, but I love it so much I'm gonna share it with you. So it has nothing to do with Batman. This is just a totally unrelated, uncopyrighted budget bat. So if you wanna get a budget bat t-shirt to support the channel while I have them up for a limited time, go check out the budget bat shirt on the JAZZA'Sstudios.com shop. Our second superhero is gonna be a little less obvious or mainstream. Ghost Rider, who you might think it would be very expensive to become, but we're gonna prove that wrong. With a budget of $300, I've rolled 15 twice, and 15 happens to be their sister is a goth. So I'm gonna stick to my roll. That just means that their sister is really, really, really goth. Maybe he has a few other siblings who are goth. Maybe his parents are goth, which kind of works perfectly because the aesthetic influence was always there. Now, Ghost Rider obviously has more to him than technology or things that cost money. He's got magic powers. So what are my parameters there? My parameters are, these need to be versions of the superheroes that anyone watching this could aspire to. So we have to then try and replicate the powers of flame and scully looking stuff within our budget constraints. Now, fortunately, because my Johnny Blaze comes from an entire family of goths, I am gonna give myself the free pass that any gothic clothing, I can assume he's borrowed it from mum or dad or sis. However, we have the small matter of a motorbike, without which he is not Ghost Rider. And the whole skull head thing, well, we don't have the budget to replicate the amazing visual effects of that Ghost Rider movie. And it has to be attainable to anyone watching this. So we're gonna go more in the helmet direction. The fire thing will be interesting, but we'll save that for later. Now, if I just Google skull motorcycle helmet, there's actually options. This is pretty cool. And only $44.99. That's a solid costume piece. Motorbike. We're gonna need the filters. This has to be maximum $250. Of course I'm not gonna get a motorbike for $250. God. It's probably the best we're gonna get. I'm gonna keep looking around. They sell motorbikes on Temu? You freaking kidding me? It's an electric motorcycle. Up to 14 miles an hour. I mean, look, it'll be small, but it's far more stylistically suited. Problem is, it's $243.25. Oh, God. Oh, what do I do? Because I've got a friggin' budget left. I need a chain. Right, I think I have to skimp on the motorbike. Low rider bicycle. Otherwise he's got no powers, guys. Oh, this is only $170. And I need that money elsewhere. I'm so sorry, actually cool looking bike. I'm sorry, I have to. Because I need to make the rest of Ghost Rider with his fire and his chain and his skull things. Oh. Propane torch weed burner wand. That gives us some power. Propane tank vehicle mount with quick release. Oh, I can strap that to my bike. I don't think I can find a better option for a propane torch, so let's go with this. I'm ignoring shipping costs in all of this because it's hard enough, okay? We got fire, we got a chain. If I can get a cheap bottle of ethanol for under $4, $3.71. Please tell me that's in my budget. Oh, we're 2 cents over! Wait, in fact, that's euros. It's cheaper. We're on the budget, baby! We didn't even have to fudge it. Brings us to $2.98.71. And I'm just gonna say he soaks rags in ethanol, drapes them around his protected neck, so he's got the burning effect. He's got flame weapons and a chain and a bike that he rides on. We did it! We've got Ghost Rider for $300. Now, of course, to make our frugal Ghost Rider look epic, we've got to get that cool angle on his low-rider bike. Otherwise, it'd be an anticlimactic view of a full-grown man on a tricycle. But with an upwards angle, anything is epic. When it comes to the goth outfit, nothing too crazy and stuff that would be very reasonable for our Johnny Blaze to have borrowed from his goth family. I wanted to shake it up a little bit, mainly because the color scheme of my Ghost Rider is pretty much identical to my Batman, just lots of black with a few little highlights. So I've gone for a more comic book style here with a really cool, rough, edgy aesthetic. This is actually my favorite brush ever, and it's one that I made with Alicia. It's the Ink Impact brush as part of my brush set. You should go check that out while you're on the JAZZA'S Studios shop checking out the Budget Bat shirt. I'm really happy with the foundation I've laid with this illustrated Ghost Rider. I'm gonna get Alicia's help to show you what can really be done with these epic brushes. It's awesome. It's awesome. $300, people. And some borrowed clothes. But come on. I am genuinely curious if this is actually possible. Like this or Batman. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna make a promise to you. If this video gets over 1 million views, I will purchase all of the things required to be the most popular one of the characters that I draw in this video. Let me know in the comments which you want to see me become in a future video, and if this video is enjoyed enough, I'm gonna see if it's actually possible. Get typing down below. Okay, last but not least, Iron Man, who in his first movie was far more relatable, having built the Iron Man suit
in a cave with a box of scraps!
What the hell happened by the end of that whole arc? He's got suits that could floof around and build themselves and are made of super nano floopy koopy technology. So let's go back into the cave. But instead of a box of scraps, we have a meager budget for online stores. $250 budget. Man, my rolls are, they're rolling in it. All right, and his wild cards are, he has parental responsibilities, which is amazing because Tony Stark, he's got daddy issues. Well, this is a universe in which he's got being a daddy issues. And 19, he is way too confident. What that means, you're about to find out. When you think Iron Man and what his powers are, flight is one of the obvious ones. Uh-oh. That'll be interesting. This is ex-police body prison riot armor. Look, it's airsoft roleplay. But if we get this and some tools to like cut up metal sheets and sort of strap it to him, Iron Man. You know what? I gotta take it. 10 sheets. I think I can get away with 4 of those, starting with the iron suit. Now I need a helmet. That's pretty Iron Man-y. Just a welder's helmet. Maybe not. Iron Man Knight. Wow, that's amazing. It's handcrafted. It's one of a kind. It's unique. Awful, but I f***ing love it. I mean, I've got sort of 2 directions I could go in here. I could get whatever this is, or I could get this. Let's try and be cool. Let's try and make a passable, cool Iron Man. All right, so we've got a helmet. I need to be able to cut up and attach the metal to make the suit of armor. Metal snips. All right, I think I'm gonna need like some leather straps to combine stuff. 5 meters of flat leather cord. There are these goggles you can get that glow and light up. So I figured if I get those, we can wear them and put a steel thing in front with the eye hole shapes. Yeah, let's pretend that'll work. Oh, he needs hand things. Oh, he needs gloves. Oh my God. We got cheap boots on eBay before, we can get them again. Metal boots. Perfect. RGB puck lights, USB powered. Oh my God, that gives me $4.20 for a battery bank. Can I get something? Solar powered charger. $4.19, which brings our final budget to $249.95. 5 cents off of filling our full $250. We have all of our pieces to make Iron Man. All we need to do now is assemble it. First thing that I realized that I neglected in my shopping was anything other than the armor. I have no clothes. He can't be naked. He'll have armor, but he'll otherwise be looking a little vulnerable in places. But that doesn't matter, guys, because he's overconfident. He doesn't care. This artwork I built up in layers, so I could literally build up the Iron Man suit with the pieces that I had as I bought them. Starting off with the cosplay combat armor and the helmet, which will all go directly on top of his outline. And it's on our dad bod Tony Stark that will be building out our Iron Man. Not only is he obviously a father because he's got parental responsibilities, but he's also overconfident. So I thought, why not have a guy that looks very much like your average Joe Schmo and not your six-pack wielding superhero. Now with that foundational layer of his suit prepared, it's time to move on to the next crucial layer, and that is, well, okay, he hasn't got any body armor, but hear me out. He's on daddy duty, and the one thing I probably don't have to buy for this outfit is a thing he probably already owned, which is a baby carrier. So that when he, when he's got custody of his child, he just put armor on the baby carrier. And he goes crime fighting even when he's got custody. Listen, it ticks off those 2 boxes. His daddy duties, which even though he does them irresponsibly, he does that because he's overconfident. Oh my God, Tony, what are you doing? So I set about drawing a cute little Bobby with chubby little arms and legs in a baby carrier, which is of course a part of Iron Dad's suit. Fading everything I've drawn back a little bit so that I can just draw cleanly on top of the plates of tin that will be cut and shaped around the padding that he has around his body. See, don't worry guys, the bub has armor. He'll be fine. Then I set about coloring the armor when I realized that I only, factored in the red spray paint in my budget. Look, let's just pretend we came across a 2-for-1 sale because I forgot that Iron Man has gold on his armor as well. Let's move forward, okay? And with the finishing touch of the cables that run from the USB light to the solar-powered charger that he has mounted on his shoulder. His infinite power source is literally the power of the sun as channeled through a cheap Temu USB solar charger battery thing. Oh my God, this is terrible. So I guess this is probably just really bad cosplay, but I feel like he is a superhero because as he runs into battle, he just sort of punches people, even though he doesn't have power. No one fights back, because who's gonna hit a baby? Not even the evilest of evil people. Like, it would give Thanos pause if this dude was running up to him with a live baby in a baby carrier on his chest. There's power in that level of confidence. This is easily the worst and best of everything I've made here today. I'm speechless and kind of impressed. If I saw him charging its battle, I'd be like, he'll win. He will win. This was a lot of fun. I hope you had as much fun as I did. And remember, if you want to see me try and bring one of these to life, for real, because these are all very attainable. I already have the dad bod. Let me know in the comments what you want to see me become and get this video over 1 million views, which you can help by sharing it with someone who you think will find it fun, leaving that comment, liking, subscribing, and fingers crossed, that's a future adventure we can jump into. Otherwise, there's more we can do here. We could do villains. I don't know, let me know what you want to see. And if you want to see yourself in amazing merch like this, go check it out on the JAZZA'Sstudios.com shop, and there's some other great deals and other awesome items over there for you to check out as well. Thank you for watching and for your support. That's it for now, and until next time, I'll see you later. I'm Budget Man.